CBS Young and The Restless spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a crazy, emotional day for us fans. Grab a drink, sit down, and let's process this absolute madness together because I am losing my mind over here. I cannot believe they just did that. I am literally shaking typing this right now because my brain cannot even process the final 5 minutes of that episode. Did they actually just kill off Phyllis Summers? Like I am staring at a blank wall in my room and my jaw is permanently glued to the floor. A pool of blood. Matt Clark standing over her and then just vanishing into the night like some kind of horror movie villain. And the massive, earth-shattering reveal that he never had amnesia. I am losing my absolute mind. We all knew Matt was a snake. We all knew he was playing some kind of sick, twisted game with the Newmans and the Abbotts, but to actually take out Phyllis after everything she has survived over the decades. I have been watching this show for years and years, and I have never been so completely blindsided by a final scene. I need to break this down because my thoughts are going a million miles an hour, and I desperately need to vent to people who actually understand what this means for Genoa City. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me rewind because the entire episode was a masterclass in psychological warfare before it turned into an actual crime scene. So the whole scene starts in Phyllis's office, and she is doing what Phyllis does best, spinning a web of absolute lies and trying to play God. She is standing there, looking Matt dead in the eye and trying to convince him that she is his only ally in a town that hates him. She literally has the nerve to tell him that she can't let him leave because he is too vulnerable and she has to protect him. I mean, come on. Since when does Phyllis Summers protect anyone but herself, Summer and Daniel? It was such a classic manipulative Phyllis move. She was trying to isolate him, to make herself the absolute center of his universe so she could use him as the ultimate bargaining chip against Victor Newman. And of course, because Phyllis can never just take responsibility for her own chaotic messes, she immediately throws Patty Williams under the bus. She starts blaming Patty for twisting the truth and smearing her name to Matt, which, okay, I know Patty is definitely unhinged right now. We all know she went rogue and called Victor to extort him for $2 million after Matt rejected her. But Phyllis acting like she is some innocent victim in all of this is just peak comedy to me. But here is the thing that really got me. Matt is standing there, acting all confused, doing that whole I don't know who I am or who to trust routine, and you can see he is struggling to trust her. Or at least we thought he was struggling. Then things got so incredibly weird, you guys. Am I the only one who felt physically uncomfortable when Matt suddenly admitted he had actual feelings for her? Like, what is happening in the writer's room? They were standing so close, the tension was absolutely through the roof, and they almost kissed. I was screaming at my television. Phyllis and Matt Clark, it felt so wrong on every single level, especially knowing their history and how much trauma he has caused Nick, Sharon, Noah, and the entire Newman family. But right before their lips actually touched, Matt suddenly pulls back. He does this whole dramatic gasp, looks at his hand, and claims he just remembered his wedding ring and had a blurry vision of his wife's face. At the time, I was sitting there thinking, Oh, wow. The amnesia is finally breaking. He's remembering his past. This is the turning point. Nope. I was so naive. It was all a calculated performance. But before we get to the big reveal, Phyllis decides to drop a massive bomb to keep him under her control. She tells Matt that his fanatically loyal follower, Sienna, the same Sienna who literally stalked Phyllis to a dark basement and brutally attacked her to rescue Matt, had betrayed him by sleeping with Noah Newman. I mean, Phyllis was just throwing everything at the wall to see what would stick. She wanted Matt to turn against Sienna so he would have literally no one else to rely on but her. And how does Matt react to this news? This is the exact moment that proves he is a sociopathic genius. Instead of getting mad or violent, he plays the role of the tragic, misunderstood amnesiac perfectly. He tells Phyllis that this is actually good news. He says that if Sienna and Noah are together, maybe he isn't the terrible, violent monster that everyone in town says he is. He literally looks Phyllis in the eye and says he wants to make amends with Sienna and Noah first before trying his luck with the rest of the Newmans. He played the reformed good guy card so flawlessly that even Phyllis, the absolute queen of manipulation and deceit, bought it hook, line, and sinker. But Phyllis isn't a total idiot. Even though she is playing this weird, high-stakes emotional game with him, she knows deep down that Matt is incredibly dangerous. So while they are arguing and talking in circles about his past, she secretly pulls out her phone and texts Nick. She tells Nick that Matt is in her office right now. Now, can we talk about Nick Newman for a second? The man literally just drove his car off a cliff in Las Vegas because he was high on poisoned fentanyl and cocaine. Nicky was just sobbing in the hospital waiting room about him having permanent brain damage. And now he is suddenly conscious out of the hospital bed and rushing across town to Phyllis's office. Soap opera logic at its finest. Folks, I know some people are complaining about the timeline making no sense, but personally, I don't even care about the plot hole because the pure adrenaline of Nick running to save his ex-wife was so intense, I couldn't look away. I was literally on the edge of my seat. I kept thinking Nick is going to burst through those doors. He's going to tackle Matt, and they are going to have this epic, bloody showdown because Nick has been carrying so much guilt and rage, and Matt is the exact reason he relapsed in the first place. Matt is the one who trapped Noah and Sharon. Matt is the one who poisoned those drug bags. So Nick running down those hallways, probably still battered and bruised from the car crash, was just pure cinematic gold. I was so ready for the hero moment. I was ready for Nick to finally get some payback and save the day. But then Nick bursts into the office, and it is dead silent. Matt is completely gone. And there is Phyllis lying on the floor in a massive, terrifying pool of blood. I literally stopped breathing. The camera panned down to her lifeless body, and Nick's face just completely shattered. He was too late. He pushed himself to the absolute physical limit to save her, and he was too late. The way Nick fell to his knees, the sheer devastation in his eyes, it broke me into a million pieces. After everything they have been through, all the history, the love, the bitter fights, the family they built together, to find her like that, it is going to destroy him. This is going to push Nick completely over the edge. If he was spiraling into drug addiction before, he is going to become a full-blown, vengeful monster now. And then we get the final realization that changes everything. Matt never had amnesia. He has been faking it this entire time. Every single confused look, every desperate plea for help, every moment of fake vulnerability, it was all a calculated, sick, twisted lie. He killed Phyllis because she dared to betray him. She kidnapped him. She tried to use him as a bargaining chip with Victor, and Matt decided her time was up. He wasn't a scared man looking for his identity. He was an apex predator playing with his food before going in for the kill. He is exacting revenge on every single person who crossed him, one by one, and he is enjoying every second of it. Do you guys realize what this actually means for the rest of the canvas? If Matt is fully aware of everything and has all his memories, then literally everyone in Genoa City is in grave danger. Patty Williams thinks she is so smart, extorting Victor for $2 million, but Matt is probably already hunting her down as we speak. Victor is sitting in his office trying to play corporate chess, but Matt is out here playing Russian roulette with their lives. And what about Sienna? Does Matt know she has been supplying Nick with drugs? Does he actually care? Or is she just another pawn to him? And Summer, oh my God, Summer and Daniel are going to lose their minds. Their mother was just brutally murdered in her own office. Summer's company is already under attack from Victor's evidence plot. Daniel is desperately trying to play peacemaker with Christine. And now this, their world is about to implode. Now, I know what some of you are thinking in the forums. It's a soap opera. Nobody is ever really dead. And look, I totally get it. We have seen Diane Jenkins come back from the dead after being murdered. We have seen Victor fake his death a dozen times. But guys, that was a lot of blood. And the way the scene was shot, I mean, the writing on the wall is that Matt slaughtered her. If Michelle Stafford is actually leaving the show, this is an absolutely insane, legendary way to go out. But if it's a fake out, how do they even explain it? Did she set this up to frame Matt? No, that doesn't make any sense, because Matt was the one who actually did it. He killed her for betraying him. I am terrified that this is actually the end of Phyllis Summers, and I don't know if I am ready for a Genoa City without her chaotic energy. I am just so incredibly overwhelmed by this episode. The sheer brutality and cunning of Matt Clark is unmatched right now. We haven't had a villain this genuinely terrifying and unpredictable in years. He manipulated Phyllis, played on her massive ego, almost kissed her to lower her defenses, and then slaughtered her the second he had the chance. And poor Nick, he's never going to forgive himself for this. He couldn't save Noah and Sharon in Vegas without Adam's help. He couldn't beat his fentanyl addiction. He crashed his car, and now he couldn't save Phyllis. This is officially the darkest timeline for the Newman family, and I am both terrified and absolutely hooked. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I am going to be up all night obsessing over this, and I need to know I am not the only one freaking out.